Hey guys, this is Rachel with Cypress Textiles, and today we're going to be making the New Orleans square from the 2020 Vibrant Vintage Crochet Along, or VVCAL. So we're going to start with a slip knot that I've already done, and chain 3, and then slip stitch into the first chain or the third chain from the hook. You can chain 4 as well, or do a magic ring as well. And you're gonna go straight into your ring with a beginning DC. So what that means is go straight into the ring with a single crochet, no chaining up, and 1 chain. And that's your first double crochet of the round. And then we're gonna make 15 more double crochet into our ring. All right. Okay, so now I have 16 double crochet in my ring, including the beginning DC, and I'm ready to join. So I'm just gonna work into this chain 1 of the beginning DC with a slip stitch to close my round. Make sure you let that slip stitch go over the stitch and don't tighten up on it. Okay, so we're gonna work into the next stitch here, not the joining stitch, with another beginning DC. So just go ahead and go straight into the next stitch with a single crochet and a chain 1, and then we're going to chain 1 again for a chain space. So our repeat is going to be chain 1, double crochet into the next stitch. All right, all the way around, just chain 1 and DC into the next stitch. Okay, so you can see I have 16 double crochet and 16 chain 1 spaces. And I'm going to join again into the top of the beginning DC, making sure to leave that chain space in between them with the slip stitch. Okay, now round 2 is complete, and round 3 is a super simple one. We're just going to work single crochet, chain 1, single crochet into each of these chain spaces. So go straight into a single crochet. The reason I don't chain up for singles is that I just feel like it makes your work neater when you don't chain up for a single. So I've got single, chain 1, single, and I'm going to do that in all of the chain spaces around. Super simple. Okay. All right, so round 3 is complete, and I'm ready to join into the first single of the round with a slip stitch. And we're going to work a beginning 4 DC popcorn into this chain 1. So how you work the beginning 4 DC popcorn, go straight into the chain 1 space, and you've got to be careful that you're going into the space there and not into the actual stitch. So you just got to be careful. Make a single and a chain. So that's the beginning DC, of course. So now we're going to make 3 regular DCs into that same chain 1 space. Okay. 2 and 3. So now I've got a beginning, well, the start of a beginning 4 DC popcorn. And you're going to release the loop from your hook, insert your hook front to back through the beginning DC, grab your loop back on your hook, and pull that loop through to the front to close your popcorn. All right, so now we're going to chain 5. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and work a regular 4 DC popcorn into the next chain 1 space. Okay, so that's just 4 full regular double crochet. Release the loop from your hook and insert your hook front to back through that first double. Grab your loop and pull it through to the front and chain 5. Okay, next one, same thing, popcorn in the next chain 1 space. 3 and 4. Okay, insert the hook front to back through that first DC and pull your loop to the front. And one more time, chain 5. Okay, make a popcorn in the next chain space. All right. Okay, and now this is like our side. So now we're going to chain 7 instead of 5, and this is going to be our corner. All right, so chaining longer in the corner and then going straight into another popcorn stitch in the next chain space. And that's going to be our repeat. So I'll step back and show you. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and chain 5. Okay, so our repeat is going to be making sure that in between each of these popcorns that you're working into the chain space, you're doing 5 times of chaining 5 in 3 times of chaining 5 in between. So 1, 2, 3, and then your corner of chaining 7. All right, and that's how you're going to work around all the way to the beginning. All right, so here's how my round looks when it's finished. So I just wanted to show you guys how it looks. You can see the corners are a larger chain 7 space, and then the sides have the chain 5. Okay, so how we're going to start our next round is by making slip stitch into 2 of our chains. So I'm going to work straight into the chain and make my slip stitch. If I can get in there. Okay, and then another one. That way we're in the middle of our chain space to start our round. So we're going to make a single crochet in the chain space, and then chain 3, single crochet in the next chain space, chain 3, single in the next chain space. Now we're going to chain 2, and this is our corner. So we're going to make 2 DC cluster. So yarn over, insert your hook in the chain space and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over again. So we've got this 1 loop left behind. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, draw the yarn through 2 loops. Now you've got 3 loops on your hook. And when you draw the yarn through those, you've made your 2 DC cluster. Now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to make a 2 treble cluster, 2 TR cluster. So yarn over twice this time, insert your hook, pull up a loop, draw the yarn through 2 loops 2 times, yarn over twice, insert your hook, pull up a loop, draw the yarn through 2 loops twice. So now you've still got 3 loops left behind, but you've made like 2 partial trebles instead of 2 partial doubles. Draw the yarn through all 3 loops, and your 2 TR cluster is finished. And you can see it's taller than the 2 DC cluster. And now we're at our corner. We're going to chain 3, then make another 2 treble cluster. Okay, and then chain 2, make a 2 DC cluster, just yarning over once. Okay, draw the yarn through, and now we've got our corner finished. So now we're going to just chain 2 and jump back into our singles on the side. So chain 2, single crochet in the next chain space, and now we're back at our repeat. Chain 3, single in the next chain space, chain 3, single, and that's how we're going to work all the way around. After that, we'll chain 2 and jump straight back into our corner. All right, so this is how your round is looking so far, and I'm going to work in this manner all the way around till I get back to the beginning. Alrighty, that round is finished, and I've gone ahead and joined with a slip stitch into my first single, but this is how your round's going to look whenever you're all finished with it. So now I'm going to work our final round. Into this first chain space, you're going to start with 3 single crochet. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to make a single into this single right here. All right, now 3 singles into the next chain space. And then a single into the next single crochet. Now you're going to work 2 singles into this chain space right here, and also 2 into the next chain space. And now we're at our corner. So in our corner, we're going to just go ahead and work 5 singles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're ready to work 2 singles into each of the next 2 chain spaces. Okay, so now we're at the point at the side where we work a single into a single, 3 singles into the chain space, single into the single, 3 singles into the chain space, and a single into a single. All right, so let's go ahead and work that side, and then I'll back up and show you, and then you just finish the round with simple single crochets. There we go. 3 singles. And work into your stitch next. All right, so now our repeat is gonna start over. So here's what our square looks like so far, and that's how you're gonna work around your square. Alrighty, so now our square is done, and the last stitch that you've made is a single into your very first, right before your very first stitch into the singles that's there. So now you're gonna make a slip stitch into the first single. Okay, pull up a long loop and cut your yarn. All right, and now your square is complete. All you have to do is bury that tail and you're all finished. So this has been the New Orleans square from the 2020 VVCAL, and I've been using Shape Just Color Crafter and a 4 1/4 millimeter hook. So stay tuned weekly for more of these patterns, and I hope you're having fun with this crochet along. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.